And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, also how he had executed all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah, saying, So let the gods do to me, and more also, if I do not make your life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. And when he saw that, he arose and ran for his life, and went to Beersheba, which belongs to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a broom tree. And he prayed that he might die, and said, It is enough. Now, Lord, take my life, for I am no better than my fathers. Then, as he lay and slept under a broom tree, suddenly an angel touched him and said to him, Arise and eat. Then he looked, and there by his head was a cake baked on coals and a jar of water. So he ate and drank, and lay down again. And the angel of the Lord came back the second time and touched him and said, Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for you. So he arose and ate and drank, and he went in the strength of that food 40 days and 40 nights as far as Horeb, the mountain of God. And there he went into a cave and spent the night in that place. And behold, the word of the Lord came to him, and he said to him, What are you doing here, Elijah? So he said, I have been very zealous for the Lord God of hosts. For the children of Israel have forsaken your covenant, torn down your altars, and killed your prophets with the sword. I alone am left, and they seek to take my life. Then he said, Go out and stand on the mountain before the Lord. And behold, the Lord passed by, and a great and strong wind tore into the mountains and broke the rocks in pieces before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind. And after the wind, an earthquake. But the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, a fire. But the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice. Then the Lord said to him, Yet I have reserved 7,000 in Israel, all whose knees have not bowed to Baal, and every mouth that has not kissed him. 1 Kings chapter 18, verses 1 through 18. What is the worst part of a major celebration? It is the day after, of course. You know, it's the time when all the guests have gone home, when everything is still out of its normal place, when the seasonal music ceases to play, and when the decorations must come down and go back into a box for storage in the attic. Nothing is left of the beautifully wrapped packages except for remnants of ribbon and glitter. It is all over, at least until next year. Have you ever noticed that life seems to generally follow cycles in which our moments of extreme emotional highs seem to be followed by immediate bouts with discouragement and emotional lows? This is what happens to God's prophet Elijah. At one moment he is one man of God battling against 450 prophets of Baal, a contest which God wins dramatically. Elijah, with the help of God, overpowers and personally destroys 450 worshippers of a false god. Yet when one wicked queen by the name of Jezebel threatens to bring him harm, he flees like a scared rabbit. He runs into a desert area and begs God to take his life. Satan commonly uses this strategy, both then and now. He seeks to assure that our emotional and spiritual highs are followed immediately by emotional and spiritual lows. He wants us to despair and become despondent. He seeks to so discourage us that he can dissuade us from following God. In the text I read a moment ago, God demonstrates to Elijah that he is not alone. He wants Elijah to know that he is not always the God of the dramatic, sending fire from heaven to consume a sacrifice, but he can also be experienced as a still, small voice. What about you today? How do you feel the day after the big celebration ends? Do you know that when you truly celebrate Jesus and the gift of salvation he has offered to you, the celebration never stops? The day after you are baptized into Christ and become a part of his body is just as exciting as the day before. So why not give him your life today, submitting in obedience to his word, and join in the forever experience, where every day is one worth celebrating. This has been UpReach. Have a blessed day.